Check, please.
Here at Everything Money, we've revolutionized the idea of watching a YouTube channel. We've expanded this into our amazing software, and one of the most incredible parts of our software is the stock analyzer tool, the final piece of the puzzle. Look at the financials and figure out what you should be paying. We will go over this stock analyzer tool in this video, show you how Paul came up with it and where it's going from here. Stay tuned. I bring your normal person questions about investing in stocks and what price you should be paying to a couple guys that own and operate over $100 million in real estate, multiple businesses, and stocks, and they'll provide us with a mindset moving forward about investing and getting a hold of our financial future. Paul, give it to me, baby. What do you got?
All right, guys. So first off, follow us on Instagram, Everything Money Investing, and then also follow our 3 personal accounts, Seth, Mo, and I. We do a lot of personal stuff. It's actually quite cute and adorable, and it's awesome. So, what is Stock Analyzer Tool? Guys, it is basically a glorified Excel sheet. That's all we're doing. It's not complicated. I don't like complicated. I like keeping things as simple as possible. But when I had Stock Analyzer basically as an Excel sheet, the comment I got from people was, hey, how do I get that Excel sheet? And I was like, listen, all that's going to happen is I'm going to distribute this Excel sheet. People are going to change accidentally some of the things. Hey, Paul, can you resend this to me? So I just made it easy and put it on our software. More about that later, but it has been so popular. So what do I always say about stocks? About every investment. Every investment is the present value of all future cash flow, okay? So let's bring an example up. Let's go on Notepad here. If I were to say to you, for the next 5 years, I'm going to give you $1, $2, $3, $4, and $5. Once a year, these are what I'm going to give you. This is a total of how much money?
15?
15 bucks. So equals $15. I'm going to give you a total of $15 over the next 5 years. What would you pay me for that money now? Would you pay me $20 for that? Of course not. Why would I pay $20 to get $15 back to me? Would you pay me $15? Not very likely. Why would I pay $15 today to get $15 over the next 5 years?
Not a good investment.
No, you're losing just your time on there. Would you pay me $3 for this? Okay, well, maybe so. Pay $3 today to get $15 in the next 5 years. Of course you would, assuming everything's the same. Would you pay $5? The whole point is, it all depends on what your desired return is and what the risks are that you perceive of your money going to zero. Okay? If this is a guaranteed 15 bucks, let's say the U.S. government said we're going to pay you $15 the next 5 years, you're probably going to pay pretty close to that $15. Why? It's the U.S. government. They're probably not defaulting, and if they do default, there are much more issues than just them not paying back your $15. You're paying you your $15. All right, so how does that pertain to a company and to any investment? By the way, even in our software, we have a thing called the real estate calculator. That's basically what this is too. It's calculating the return on the real estate based on their future cash flows. So what we do here is we have Excel. Let's do that exact example. $1, $2, $3, $4, and $5. Let me make this a little bit bigger. This is my cash flow over the next 5 years. Okay? Now, equals NPV, net present value, rate. What rate of return do I want? In our stock analyzer tool, asks you, what's your desired return? Let's say I want to make 15%.
That's a lot, huh?
Yeah. And then my range of data is F2 to J2.
You've defined how many years you want this.
Yep. I would have to pay $9.13 to get a 15% return by getting this stream of cash flow. That's all it's telling me. So that's the same thing we do in Stock Analyzer Tool. If I want to make 15% of my money, what do I need to pay for that future cash flow? Now, the hard part is a lot of people watching this video might sit there and say, yeah, but what does it do with the stock price going up? I get it. If you fundamentally believe that every company's stock price will be based on the fundamentals of the business and paying a reasonable price for that, then this is what works.
It's your opinion. People should be believing this concept.
Yes, because if you were to buy a privately held business that has this cash flow, what does it matter if it's on a ticker symbol or if it's privately held?
This is also the belief of some of the most successful and famous investors all over the world for the past 80 years.
150, 200 years.
Okay.
I mean, every value investor ever has always said this. You're buying a piece of a business and you're buying a present value of all future cash flow. Right?
Got it.
Just like if I came to you and said, I'm going to pay you $1 a year for the rest of your life. That's what insurance is, right? That's what insurance is. They're calculating what the risk of you dying in the next 30 years is and how much you're going to pay them and then what they're going to pay out to you. That's all these things are. Guys, guess what? It's what a bookie does. Essentially, betting is that. What are the chances of this outcome happening? And I'm going to pay you. So right now, I went to Michigan for college. We're going to be we're in the college football playoff. We're given right now a 14% chance of winning the national title. Okay, that's what the Vegas says about it. Is it right? Is it not? What if I had inside information that knew that Georgia and Alabama were going to have sanctions against their two top players in each team that were going to have them sidelined for the entire time? For the entire playoff.
Chances go up.
Chances go up a lot. Same thing here. What your job is as an investor is to sit there and say, where does the market disagree? Where is the market sitting there saying, oh, you have to pay $9 for this, but it's selling for $6? I'm a buyer here if I believe this $9 right here. If I'm not a buyer for everything above $9, let's say it's $15. That's all that investing is. That's all our stock analyzer tool does. So what it does is, let's pull up a company. Let's pull up Microsoft, for example. Oh, look, I got a chat in our new Everything Money software.
Nice. Tag you.
Me. So what it does is it takes the previous data and a stock analyzer tool asks you for your growth assumptions for the future and your profit margin. So it gives you that level of cash flow. So it'll give you that whole entire level of cash flow, guys. It will actually do behind the scenes, it's creating that Excel sheet. And at the very bottom here, it asks you for your desired return. What return do you want on your money? And that should go up or down based on your situation and based on your level of confidence in the business. The more you're confident in the business, the lower the return should be because you're like, oh, I'm pretty sure about this one. The less confident you are, the higher return should be. And that is your goal, is to buy a bunch of companies that sell for a lower price. They're selling on the market for a lower price than what your desired return would actually give out to you.
And in the end, folks, the main pillar our whole program and YouTube channels is based on is that you should probably be putting a vast majority of your money in a safe ETF. And if you want to fiddle around with 10% of your money and buy individual stocks, you need to look for a higher rate of return. And Paul will show you how to do that right now. Go ahead, Paul. Put numbers in.
Oh, for Microsoft?
Yeah, just a jam.
Okay,
yeah.
So we're going to put Microsoft in. I will put in 5%, 7%, and 9% growth rates. Profit margin, I'm going to put in 27, 29, and 31. Free cash flow margin, 29, 30, and 31. PE, what multiple of the company, because at the end of the day, part of the present value of the cash flow is the terminal value of the business. What do you think the value of the business will be at the end of those, that 10-year, whatever outlook you do, the years of analysis, I'm doing 10 years. You can do 1 through 20. So let's say I do 14, 16, and 18. 81 is not the right. Same thing with the free cash flow and then my desired return. I'm going to go here and do 10, 12 and a half. Sorry, 15, 12 and a half, and 10. And the reason I go lower here is the higher the return I want, the lower the price will be. And so I'm being more conservative on my low assumptions. I hit the analyze button, and based on these numbers, it says I should pay between, on the low end, $80 a share, on the high end, $190 a share.
I really break this down, Paul, as like if Microsoft was a rental unit that was paying me cash flow moving forward for a decade to come, I need to pay less for it when I first buy the house and put money into it, as opposed to paying more, because if I pay more and that same return comes, I'm not going to make any money.
Once you've bought something, you can never decrease how much you paid for it.
You're
It's going to do what it's going to do, especially a stock. Now, with a piece of real estate, I can understand you putting more money, but even that you should factor in there because you can do some work to it. But on a stock, you can't go to Microsoft and say, guys, here's the deal. I really think this, you got to go into this market. Nothing's going to happen. They're going to make what they're going to make. So the less money you pay, the higher your return will be.
Mo, why am I in love with that quote he just said? He's never said that on the show. And
no, that was a good one.
Which one?
You can never pay.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I've never said that before.
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh, my God, Paul. But once you've bought something, you can never pay less for it.
Yeah.
That's it. What you've paid for it is done.
Yeah.
That's it. Your investment has...
But it's also funny that you said you can't just go to Microsoft and be like, listen, guys.
You can't, right? No. Even though you own part of the business, they'll stop you at the door and be like, who the F are you?
Yeah.
Be like, I'm an owner. No, you're not. Get the hell out of here. Like, yeah, I own the stock. It doesn't matter. So you can't do anything with it. All you do is rely on them to be able to do a good job.
Yep.
And that's why investing is difficult, because we don't know what the future is going to be, because you can't control that future of the company. That's why you need to be more conservative and pay less for the company.
Why has this analyzer tool been so popular, Paul?
Because it gives people something to go attach themselves to and say, okay, I'm making assumptions about the future, and this is what it's telling me to buy it for. It's actually doing the calculation. Guys, once I started to do my own stock analyzer, build my own model, it made me feel better. Because I'm like, okay, this tells me exactly, just like real estate. I love, we were looking at a house in Costa Rica yesterday for part of our luxury escapes business, right? We have 3 houses right now, 2 in Mexico, 1 in Turks and Caicos, and then we're going to buy 1 in Costa Rica. Guess what? Costa Rica has really terrible financing for houses and requires, so what does it have to do? We have to pay less for it. Mexico has no financing for houses, so I paid even less for that. That's why, and Turks has pretty good financing. That's why you see my returns are better in Mexico because I have to pay less for it because there are no financing options. And the easier it is to get financing, the more I have to pay for the house. That's just the way it is. Just like every investment out there. So you look at it going, okay, your job is to sit there and swing at the right pitch and let all the balls go right past you. Just wait. Just wait. And when the right deal comes, you jump on it. It's hard for people to do nothing though. I was telling Lisa this weekend, talking about investing, I go, the reason I'm good is, it's funny when we go out with our friends, like, oh, you must be busy. I'm like, I'm not. Like, oh, come on, you gotta be busy. I'm not. Why? Because I'm sitting here being patient. I will be busy when everybody else is scared. That's when I'll be doing everything I want to do. I'm going to be, it's just hard for people to do nothing, but it's hard for me to do nothing. That's why I have 8 or 9 businesses. That's why I have apartments. That's why I have stocks. That's why I have options, because I can't do nothing. But the great thing is me staying busy by doing all these other things gets me away from overspending on investments because I have other things to do.
The 400 to 500 new subscribers that they find us on a daily basis, Paul, what if they feel antsy and they can't just sit around and wait? They feel like they have to put their money to work. Like what kind of take home can they have? I mean,
find a hobby. Find something else to occupy your time. When I started doing options, I called my friend Gary Mashuris. Mo and I got him on the phone, and Gary said to me, he's like, Paul, the great thing about doing options is it'll keep you away from making bad investments because it'll keep you busy and generating some cash flow for yourself so you don't go force yourself to go buy companies you don't want to own. Apartments, same thing. Businesses, same thing. I can still put money in a myriad of things from, and this is me. This is why I'm able to be more patient. I can understand if you're like, oh, I got my go find a hobby. Go start a side hustle. Start a side hustle. Go on Fiverr and offer or Upwork and offer your services for somebody for something else. Go find something else to do so you're not worried about having to invest. Or just do your SPY or VOO ETF month in, month out. Always get your money working, but just never look at it. Don't get afraid. And stay part of our channel because when things are bad, we're going to be the only ones going, guys, this is better. If you like the S&P at 4,800, you're going to love the S&P at 3,000. You're going to love it at 2,000. You're going to love it, whatever. Because guess what? You're just buying it at that price.
Okay, Paul. So maybe one of those hobbies you might be wondering is if it's options, we have videos on that. But if you want to trade this, we have had people who are deathly afraid of putting their money in the market at all turn into almost expert traders in like 6 months by following a set of disciplined rules, which Mo will provide for you in the Bitnast Nation. Mo, show us an example of what a trading scheme might look like.
Guys, here's an example. This is Microsoft. I just pulled it up because Paul spoke about it. So I'm going to look at this time frame right here. Even at 280, I looked at Microsoft and said, there's no way I'm buying that from a value perspective. But why not come over here on a chart and learn how to trade this? Learn that going through this stochastic, this red line running through the sweet spot, that right there gives you confidence that this is going to have an uptrend. And it certainly did. This thing went from $280 to $340, and you could have confidently traded this and made money all the way along that way. So there's other options to do it. If you don't want to do long-term stuff, you can come over and day trade this. This means come over, each one of these candles that you're seeing is a 15-minute candle. So you're taking one of those candles that I just showed you on the last chart and opening it up and seeing an entire day. Come over here and make a day trade. 15-minute chart. This is what day trading is. You guys hear day trading, you new people. You hear what day trading is, and it's this scary thing where you just take a bunch of money and throw it into something and you have no rhyme or reason of why you did it. I give you a set of rules. When you see this squiggly red line over 80% and these engulfing candlesticks coming in, good consistent volume, that's when you buy. When you see your red line drop below 80%, that's when you sell. If this is gibberish to you, come and join me in the Bitnast Nation. You'll get my Trading 101 series, which is all of the rules that you need to be successful. The Employed Trader series, if you're a person that works but still wants to be involved in trading, come over. I update you on 6 stocks every single day in a text or a video, and it tells you exactly what to do. You get my exclusive monthly seminar. So if you're a working person, you finally have a Saturday off, you can come and listen to me, ask any questions that you want in a Bid and Ask Nation only seminar. And you get the chat community of 950 plus people that you can ask questions to throughout the day. The chat runs 24/7, 365. You'll always have someone to talk to.
So one of the things I'm doing now is I'm day trading for that exact reason. I want to be able to make money on cash that's sitting on the sideline doing nothing. And I keep myself busy by doing processes that I can do short term, have some fun for half hour, an hour. Our mutual friend, the good doctor, he is day trading every single day when he has time. He makes 1 or 2%, 0.5% here, 0.5% there. Not a lot of capital, but it gets him to stay busy and gets idle hands can be very dangerous. He is investing his money 10, 20 grand at a time, making 0.5%, 1% a day. It's wonderful for him.
If these concepts resonate with you, you can join our community that's on the phone now, the new Everything Money community in the app. You don't have to mess around with Discord. Paul, tell them how they can get all this.
So guys, we created the software because our users wanted to be able to analyze their own stocks without having to wait for us. So we put hundreds of $1,000s, made the software. You get 30 years of financial data. You get access to Seth Mo and I. You get the 8-pillar analysis, the stock analyzer tool, the retirement calculator, and you get everything on this main page that is coming soon. This is all included. And if you look right here, these are all the things you get. You get everything on a mobile phone. Everything we're talking about here is ready, available on your mobile app. One app for everything. But most importantly, guys, you get our Discord, our community of, now it's off of Discord. It's right in our app. You get a community of over 6,000 people you can talk to every single day about your investment ideas. If you're like them, you felt alone having these ideas about investing that weren't reciprocated by others, but now you found the community here. And this is all available for only $1 per day. Less than a cup of coffee. If this can make you 1 or 2% or save you 1 or 2% of losses every year, it will lead to hundreds of thousands, if not millions. $1 per day, 2 ways to sign up. Everythingmoney.com or Patreon. The benefit of everythingmoney.com is we're not large enough yet to charge sales tax, so you won't be charged sales tax quite yet. And look at this, guys. You get all of this. Our competitors are a lot more money and don't provide as much. $1 per day. Go sign up now.
In the end, folks, we're hoping that the Everything Money community and our software is your new lifeline. If you have a financial planner, we're going to teach you how to get rid of that person and govern your finances moving forward. Be more confident in your financial decisions. We're here to help, and Paul is always here to fondle and guide us all the way. Cuddle that thumbs up, tickle the thumbs up on the way out. We'll see you next video.